this in the background. Wait, why is this so quiet? Okay. Dude, okay, so you remember when you told me to watch Summertime Rendering, right?
Yeah.
It was already like 10 episodes deep. Like,
Right.
I don't know if I can watch it week to week. I think I have to binge it. I don't know. Maybe I'll just
Yeah.
I'll
That's
just
fair. That's fair. Actually,
maybe
if
yeah.
episode 15 is a good place to stop if you like want to binge until episode 15.
Okay.
I
Good.
think it's like the one episode. Like I'm stopped at episode 15 right now. 16 is out already, but I haven't seen it yet. I think it's like the one episode that doesn't have a cliffhanger.
Nice. Nice. Okay. Good. I dude, funny enough, I completed 2 non-animes for the first time in a long time.
Nice.
Yeah, I watched Invincible. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Oh yeah, fucking awesome.
Yeah, Invincible and The Boys on
Right, the boys.
yeah. It's like a super dark, gory superhero show. It's very good. Funny enough, it's probably the closest thing to like anime IRL we'll ever get.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Right.
Oh fuck, I'm just realizing that. Like
That says a lot about society. You can always watch you can always watch the Avatar movie. Am I right, boys? Am I right?
dude, have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
No, I've not.
Okay. So I know I'm just giving you more shit to watch. I think The Boys. I think The Boys is the closest thing to like it doesn't like obviously like a superhero show, right? So it follows like a superhero formula, right? But it's it feels anime in the like kind of I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel like a shitty American show, I guess is the best way to put it.
Right.
Which is funny to be like, oh yeah, every good story is just anime, you know? Which is like the ultimate weak take.
Yeah, I mean most anime is pretty bad too. So
Yeah. I think I'm just recalling. I think anything that involves like powers, right? I think anime has already perfected that. You know, like we have shows that have perfected powers.
Right. I think it's just when you try to do powers and live action, it just looks weird. Right?
Yeah, and The Boys, it doesn't look weird. I think that's the most important part. Is that it doesn't. Yeah, it just doesn't look weird at all. Because there was this TV show called Heroes, that I watched when I was a kid. It was in America. It was basically like one of the first superhero live action shows that was done extremely well. It was very narrative paced.
Right.
And so it didn't really focus on like that people had abilities, right? But it didn't really like that wasn't the center point, right? The center point was the characters, right? And it made for like a really awesome show. Unfortunately, like we had a writer's strike here in America, and so they had like shitty writers kind of like finish up the seasons for Heroes, and it turned out awful. But but it was a very good execution and like concept, right? And The Boys is like kind of like the perfection of that. And yeah, it's just such a fucking good watch. And then Everything Everywhere All at Once is a movie by A24 Films. They're like the horror film studio, but it's not a horror film. It's a it's like a very interesting I mean, it's a movie honestly for like mother daughters, right? But it even
Okay.
that's like the center point, but it goes beyond
Okay.
that as well. Just how people deal with the weight of the world and like just like everything piling up on you, and it's a very contemporary film. It has a lot of like it talks a lot about like what it means to like exist today. And what's interesting is that the execution of the film, the presentation, and how everything like works within the film's like universe, right? Felt very Ikuhara. It felt very
Yeah.
Yuasa, dude. It was very eccentric. It was very complex, right? There was a lot of thought that went into everything that was shown on screen. It was very Shaft, really, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Does it have fat tilts?
It kind of does. Yeah, I guess you
Hell
could
yeah.
say. Um, like
Good anime, then.
it's funny that I describe it this way, right? Because it's all like live action, right? But it's an original story. But the way that everything's executed in this movie, it feels, and I only keep saying it feels very anime because anime has been the only medium to show like, because like the movie centers on multiple universes, right?
Right.
And anime has done that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It almost has like a Tatsumi Galaxy type of feel to it.
Okay. That
Um,
sounds interesting, actually.
yeah, yeah. But dude, I highly recommend you watch it. I mean, it's again, I hate to keep going back to like, oh, it's like this anime or whatever anime, but they've like anime has just perfected the eccentric. You know what I mean? Which I want to get into with some, dude. I have some. I don't know if you're gonna like what I'm gonna say about one of these shows, but I feel like anime
Alright.
has
I'm down for it.
has perfected the eccentric. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I know there are eccentric live action movies like out there, right? Like directors like Wes Anderson and like his wackiness, but like there's just something when you start to incorporate like abilities, right? Um,
That's good. I
and
totally see what you mean.
yeah,
Just animation is just more boundless, right, as a medium. Just more.
yeah.
Because you can do everything you can do in live action, you can do in anime, but you can do more stuff in animation in general.
Yeah. Like your limit in anime is your imagination, right?
Yeah. That's one of the great things about it.
God, dude, fucking Utena is just so fucking good. Holy shit. I hope for one day that we get something that has like Utena live action. I don't want Utena live action, but I want a movie that has the same type of feel.
Pretty dope, actually.
Yeah, because the Japanese have perfected the like 12 episode story format, right? The Americans have perfected the movie format.
I mean,
Like like creating a movie and like accurately conveying like the information, right? And making it like a good story. I really do think Americans um have like gone like a very good foothold on that, because just because they've been making movies for so fucking long.
yeah, that's true. I don't think I actually watched the Japanese movie recently. It was directed by the man himself, Mamoru Oshii. It was
Nice.
fucking wild, man. It was one like it's probably like the most meta thing I've ever consumed in media.
Really.
Yeah, like I've consumed a lot of meta media. It's one of my favorite types of stuff to watch. And that movie is just fucking okay, dude. Okay, dude.
I see. Well, this
Mamoru
guy,
Oshii is fucking unhinged.
yeah, I mean, this guy did. What was the movie you watched from him?
He's done a Angel's Egg. He's done a.
Oh
He's
yeah,
the guy who does the Ghost in the Shell.
yeah. So this guy has a fucked up head.
Yeah, fucking Mamoru Oshii is just unhinged, man. That is just living on another plane of fucking existence.
Was it Avalon? that you watched?
No. I need to remember. I think it was Talking Head is the name of the movie. It's on YouTube actually. If you like,
I saw that in the Wikipedia search.
Talking.
Mamorishi Talking Head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I found it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty wild fucking movie, dude. It's like I don't want to spoil it because it kind of ruins it. But it's just it's
Okay, I'm gonna put this on my
really well
list.
for and a lot of amazing dialogue. It's a worth watching movie.
Dude, we are getting so elitist into anime. We're going out of anime.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Like complete all Momoroshi anime.
yeah. We just come full circle, dude.
Yeah, go back to the regular cinema. Like fuck this weep shit. It's just cringe.
Right? It's cringe. It makes me wonder about like, because you know how we have our own pinnacle anime that just like are the greatest. It makes me think about
Right.
like just traditional cinema and like their pinnacle movies. You know, like things you hear about like
Right.
American Psycho, like Citizen Kane, like just a lot of those like movies people consider like, oh, this is like masterpiece of cinema. You know?
Yeah, yeah, I've been watching more movies lately, more regular than lately, and there's still not one movie that's like a 10 out of 10 in my book. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever
There's some
seen
really close
something.
ones. Like I think like Pulp Fiction is probably my favorite movie. And like
Yeah,
I've seen a movie like 2 or 3 times. Like Pulp Fiction is one of my favorite movies, but I don't think I'd like give it a 10 out of 10 rating. It's not. I don't know,
I
man.
I loved Pulp Fiction. Um, I think the two movies that would come close to like, okay, like Everything Everywhere All at Once is probably my new favorite movie of all time, right? Because it's so close to anime in its execution of the ridiculousness. But on the other end of that, something that isn't as like thoughtful, which is like Interstellar, right? I thought Interstellar was like,
Interstellar is a really fun movie.
yeah, it's a
Really good movie.
yeah, it's a great film, right? And I find myself obviously like, doing the anime comparison, but
Right.
it goes like the other way, right? Like something that's animated, I think, oh, would this work in live action, right? And I think if
Right.
something animated you can see in your mind has the potential to be in live action, then I think it's like a pretty good anime, you know, um, because
Yeah,
you're
I know exactly what you mean. I mean,
yeah.
and sometimes cinema just works better. Like the biggest inspiration for The Matrix is Ghost in the Shell, and I think The Matrix, at least the first movie, is way better than Ghost in the Shell. I find it way
Yeah.
more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because they really take it's like they like extracted all those like conceptual things from Ghost in the
yeah,
Shell.
they grab all the interesting stuff, but they make it more compelling and less
Dude,
like.
okay. So that is why The Boys is so good when I was watching it, because they cut out a lot of the fluff that you would see in traditional American TV, right?
Right.
It's very poignant, and they get straight to the point. Like they just go in towards whatever the meaningful shot is, right? Because you know how like in animation, right? You like you're working with like a set number of frames, right? So you need to draw things that matter, right? And you need to animate things that are like important. Like the like the animes that don't really have a lot to say, like they'll have a lot of background and like a lot of like random shots, right? Um, but the more like meaningful and like important shows will have like intent behind what they're showing you, right? And so
Yeah.
because it's working like on this limited time frame, right? Uh, they have to be intentional with like what they're showing you, like in regards to an anime, because they have to draw everything, right? When it comes to like shooting something like live action, like you don't really need to do that, because like you can get like five of the same shot, and then like in post processing just use the best one of that, right? In anime, you don't draw the same drawing, same frame like
You
five
draw the
times.
right one, I guess, right away. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
So
Yeah, it's like yeah, because like you look at one problem with Ghost in the Shell is there's too much sci-fi BS,
mhm.
and it's not like this thing works like this. It's like they go way out of their way to explain a lot of the sci-fi BS,
Yeah.
and like they introduce all these terms that mean nothing, and it's just like, and if you like that type of stuff, you are sure to like those, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which is fine, but when you look at something like like the Matrix, it's one more abstract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that scene, in even in the first movie, that scene with when Morbius is fighting Neo, and like he's out of breath, like when they're in the simulation and he's out of breath, and Morbius is like, "Oh, you still think you're breathing air or something like that."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that scene alone just tells you so much about the movie and like the themes than like Ghost in the Shell does in like these long ass monologues
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that don't really go anywhere, and it's just a bunch of fucking sci-fi mumble jumble, and you're like, okay, that like it adds nothing to the story or the premise. I think it's just the way you made it more abstract and more easy to understand. It's just I don't know. It's a really smart movie in that regard.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like it when they show us instead of telling us. It's very
Right.
effective. Okay. Let me use the restroom real quick, and then we'll get into it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh.
All right. Yo.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay.
No worries.
All right. Let's get. All right, let's get straight into it. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Critical Anime Theory. Okay. With your boy Kid Benji and Go Bananas. Chilling, vibing, existing, doing her thing. We are back again after a little 2-week break. And coming back to a fuck ton of anime this last couple weeks. We'll just get right into it. I know we had a super fucking long intro, but we always do that. We always go off on fucking tangents, but I think the tangents are pretty nice. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like people enjoy listening. Okay. So everything on this list, I mean, it's a lot of fucking anime, so we probably haven't seen all of it, but we've seen most of it, which is the good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll get started with Overlord, season 4, I guess it would be.
Yeah.
Did you have a chance to watch this?
Some episodes. I've seen the first episodes of everything, except that was a part-timer. I'm just not caught up on most things.
Okay.
I mean, it's Overlord. It's kind of good.
Yeah, so...
I still enjoy it. I like world building. I like the memes.
I think this is probably my favorite season of Overlord since the first season.
Right. I mean, season 2 was Lizard's fucking though. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. True. That was pretty top tier. Yeah. I couldn't believe that was an actual thing that happened. But I will say though, the world building that went on, in the second season and the third season, was important to the amount of enjoyability that I'm having right now. And I know the first episode of Overlord is a little bit more wordy, right? But it gets relatively quick back into the action. Like, we see Ainz fighting again, which is fucking awesome. Okay? Because it's always dope watching him do shit. Dude, because like one part in the anime, I don't know if you remember, but when the assassin lady tries to fight him while he's like in his black armor and he like squeezes the life out of her.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome. And then when he fights the vampire girl, like those were fucking sick. Like those are the reasons why you watch Overlord. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of action, but that's usually pretty good. Even if it's always like a how do you say it, the curb stomp on Heinz's part, it's still fun to watch.
Yeah, and I think he curb stomps intelligently. Like
it makes sense that.
Yeah, he doesn't underestimate his opponent. And
right.
The one thing that I think Overlord does really well is that it kind of convinces you that he's not gonna win, right? A little bit. You kind of have that doubt in your mind. You're like, oh, maybe he can't win against this really strong guy. But then he's like, oh no, get fucked, bitch.
Like Texas pay to win scrolls out and he's like, bruh.
Dude, for real, he literally pulls out pay to win scrolls and he's like, GG's, like, haha, get fucked.
Sweaty scrub.
But
I appreciate that one joke. I think it was an episode 2 with his soldier thing. That I really can't elaborate too much.
Oh yeah. That was a pretty good bit. It was
fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Just because it totally seems like someone who was like, I can't remember if they said how old he is, but like he seems to be a young adult.
Yes.
So when he made that character, he was probably like, that was many years ago, so it was probably like an edgy teen.
Yeah.
And to me, that strikes as something an edgy teen would definitely do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like he's embarrassed about it, and it's like, I don't know, it's just it's like a gag, but it's such a pretty funny piece of characterization, right? It
Yeah.
works. It works with both, and it was pretty brilliant. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I
It's
think
like it's always something an MMORPG player when he was younger would do, right?
yeah, I think his I think his character is probably my favorite of the isekai characters, right? When it comes to
Spicy takes.
these hyper powerful isekai characters, like I mean, what's the Log Horizon? Obviously has like a very good main dude, but
Love what Shiro.
he's not like overpowered. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to
Right,
anime, like Kirito or like
right,
all
right.
the other black haired characters, like he seems the most like
Right.
well
I think that's like the main
defined.
difference between Heinz and Shiro is it's like the biggest strength is the same. It's their way of thinking, like the way to assess problems and try to resolve them using their heads.
Hmm. Oh, and it's way
But,
better
but,
than slime, for sure.
right. Yeah. I mean, the problem with slime is that it's a way simpler world. Like everyone is just brain dead in that world. But
Dude,
I think the main difference is that Shiro, like most of his obstacles have to do with other players. Well, as far as we can tell in Ein's world, most of the obstacles are NPCs.
yeah, yeah.
There's still no other player character that showed up yet.
Yeah, which there obviously is going to be eventually, you know, from like
Right,
all the foreshadowing they're doing.
right.
Um, but yeah, I'm excited to see the truth of Overlord. You know,
Right.
which
Maybe in season 8.
dude, which like fucking they haven't even revealed any of that. You know, like we're still talking about their world. You know what I mean? Like they're not like flashing back to his past. You know, they're not like you know what I mean? Those things that like you know like oh like his love interest in his first life. You know, like there's not like any of those like generic cheesy flashbacks that you would get. You know.
Yeah.
In these isekai, which I mean I as good as like as what's it called what's the my life
Which one?
the one with like insane animation, the isekai with the little boy, it's pervert.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. What's yeah? I know what we're talking about. The one that came out last year.
Yeah.
The the genius one.
Useless.
What's the name of that fucking anime?
No, the useless reincarnation.
Oh wait, I was talking about different name.
uh
So I'm talking about the one we watched last year, and that came out 2 seasons.
Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah,
That one, yeah, that one.
yeah.
In Mushoku Tensei, they do like the whole referencing flashback type shit, right? Which, if they
Yeah,
did none of that, I don't think it would take away from the show at all. You know?
yeah, that's true. I think the one they did flashbacks, so they were like at appropriate times.
Mm-hmm. But
You know what
I
I
don't
mean?
think it
I
was
feel
like
like they were
super.
well timed.
Yeah, I don't think it was like super necessary though, because you know
Yeah, I mean,
the
could have
world
felt
is compelling enough, you know, to
it.
carry
Yeah,
the
that's true.
story.
That's true.
Um,
It's just like nice to have some insight on Rudius, I guess. Like why he's like a coward sometimes, or why he's like
mhm.
self-absorbed and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's true. I guess you would need to explain that since he's not technically a child, you know.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I think, yeah, if they did it at bad spots in the anime, I would have minded more. But the way they did it and the places where they put him seem pretty fitting.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, I feel that.
They let him like break the pace of the story, which is I hate when like there's a big fight going on, and it's like flashback time
Yeah, yeah,
during the fight, and that really pisses me off. It's like no, have your flashbacks at the end or before the fight, never during the fucking fight.
yeah. I'm like, did you? I mean, come on. I get it. You're trying to budget
Just like,
here. You know, you put all
like
your
when
money.
you're watching Dragon Ball, right?
Yeah,
And none of those shit is Dragon Ball, none of those stupid ass fucking flashbacks.
yeah.
Like it's something like modern anime seems to like modern shonen seems to rely heavily on. It's like the flashback during the fight, and it kind of pisses me off because you didn't get that from Dragon Ball. Where the fuck did you get that from? It's just lazy.
Yeah, dude.
And then Dragon Ball
Does
Super did it as well because it's like the.
does Mob Psycho have that flashback? I don't remember it
I
having.
don't think it does, but Mob Psycho is built different.
Mob Psycho is godly.
Can't wait for season 3, man.
Fuck, so good. Okay. Anyways, Overlord Part 4. Watch it. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's not amazing. It's good.
Best season since the first.
Blizzard's fucking.
Uh, yeah. All right. The Devil is a part timer. So I did catch up completely on it, and if you did not like,
Question for you:
yes,
has it aged well, or should it stayed in 2000 and I can't remember when it came out, 2012, I think.
that is a very hard question to answer because
Because I remember watching it back in 2012, and I'm like, yeah, this is a pretty fun show, but not like remembering a lot of the characters and the plot points and the way they were written. I don't know. I have a feeling that it is not aged very well.
unless I'm misremembering season 1 completely, it feels exactly the same as season 1, and
Okay.
it's just as funny, it's just as charming, and it's just as entertaining.
Okay.
I fucking love Devil as a Part Timer, and this show did not miss a beat. I'm pretty sure they're literally just picking back up where they left off, and so the source material, right? I think what they're working off of is holding up extremely well. Nothing feels antiquated in any way, and
That's good.
yeah, I think okay. If you didn't like obviously if you didn't like Devil as a Part Timer, you're gonna hate this, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
it's this is like one of the best like for anime that take like 10 years to come out with the second season. This is one of the best continuations.
Okay, that's good.
Great
It is a very strong premise when you think about it.
great continuation, still
Yeah.
funny, charming, and entertaining. But yeah, I really fucking liked it. I thought it was very good.
Nice. I'm
Very
glad
good.
because I still haven't watched it, but
Yeah, though I mean
throw-
it's very good. Again, it's very good for an anime that came out 10 years ago and it's continuing right where it picked off. Okay. It still has obviously, you know, like the whole romantic trope thing, right? That's still going to be like you shouldn't go into this anime thinking you're going to experience something you haven't seen like a million times, right? Because when Devil is a Part Timer came out, we had not seen as many romance or, you know, comedy, and like you've seen a lot of fucking anime since then, right?
yeah.
So you're gonna see things that you've seen already multiple times, you know, that feel, but it doesn't feel worn out. I guess it just feels like it fits within the context of the show, you know. So you can't really think that like oh
Right.
this is they're using this trope here because, you know, they need to like advance,
Okay.
you know.
I feel like I mean, Devil's a Part Timers in a revolutionary anime, but it's
No.
such a one that got a good premise and one that executed it really well back then. So if they kept going in the same faction with the season 2, then I'm sure it's good.
Yeah. Like the thing I could closely compare it to would be Dragon Maid, right? Because they both have very similar premises and sort of
Yeah, they're pretty wacky
executions.
with their premises.
Yeah, and I think I prefer Devil as a part timers situations. I mean, obviously the Shota element
Strong statements.
really fucking sours Dragon Maid.
How many opinions here?
Yeah. But the Devil as a part timer's utilization of like older characters is not only refreshing but what I want to see, and it helps a lot. So Yeah. It's good. Watch it. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I'll watch it.
okay.
Probably have an opinion about it next week if we do stream next week.
Yeah. Call of the
I've
Night.
never watched season 1 before because I can't remember. But
Dude, just watch the summary videos on YouTube. They're really good.
yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. That's what I did for Shingeki no Kyojin because I
Hell yeah.
had no fucking clue what was going on. Luckily, I remembered most of Devil's a part-timer, so it helped.
Yeah, I mean, none of it happens when you think about it.
Yeah.
At least season 1 from what I remember.
And they do like a little recap in the beginning too. So,
No, nice.
okay, Call of the Night. Did you watch this?
So I've only seen the first episode.
I haven't seen it at all.
I mean, the art is good, the music is good, but people are complaining about the over-sexualization of characters. It seems like to be the go-to complaint nowadays. I don't. It really makes me think these people have not watched 2000s anime or like 90s anime
Or just
80s
ecchi.
anime or like anime in general.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. People upset their middle schoolers because I guess only high schoolers are meant to be horny. I don't know. I
Interesting.
mean, someone I can understand it's. I mean, it's the Monogatari director, and I feel some of it is Monogatari based in the sense that the main character is a horny boy,
Yeah.
and so he tends to like sexualize the vampire character, which you know I'm not realistic, but I mean I'm not supporting over sexualizing middle schoolers, but at the same time, it's about this middle school character who's like
Yeah.
who thinks this vampire that's like in a 14-year-old body thinks it's hot.
Yeah.
So it's not. If you're aroused by that prospect, it's on you because, from what I can understand, it's like Monogatari. You see the story through his lens, which
Yeah.
is horny middle schooler.
Yeah.
And people pretending that you can only be horny in high school, you're wrong. I don't even know where you get that shit from.
Yeah.
Middle school is when the true horniness begins.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I'm
I'm
I haven't seen the first episode. I don't know how bad the show gets in that regard, but it seems pretty harmless to me, especially as someone who has,
bro.
seen other men.
If you have what was the dress up anime, Dress Up Darling? If you have Dress Up Darling completed in your history, then you shouldn't be talking about Call of the Night at all. Honestly.
Because people want to pretend Dress Up Darling is just cute, but it's not. It's very sexual, like in some ways.
Yeah.
And I get that them being high schoolers makes it less bad, but at the same time, middle schoolers are horny too. You know what I mean? It's not like.
Yeah.
I think just because
I mean,
the focus is more on the wholesome aspects, right?
yeah. I mean, as long as it has like a purpose, right? I mean, when it comes,
Even if it's to show that the main character is horny, that's still a fairly fair purpose to me. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah. No, but I mean,
anime is showing something in a sexual way. It doesn't mean you should feel sexual about it, right?
Yeah, I feel like though when they have like that type of character, right? There's like some overarching, like, meaning and purpose to it, right? Whether it's like coming of age or like self discovery, right? There's like something that kind of like,
I mean, like imagine you're 12 again, right? And this 14-year-old vampire god GF shows up with her, more developed body. How would you feel, right?
Yeah.
It's like people need to stop projecting themselves into a 12-year-old and understand how a 12-year-old actually thinks.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna check it out, and then I can give a better perspective on it.
The writing is really good. The music, everything about it is pretty good. It just seems to make people uncomfortable. But I'm just not sure if I agree why they feel uncomfortable.
I see. All right. Well, interesting. All right. Classroom of the Elite. This is another show that had not come out for a while, and is another continuation. I think it's okay. It's literally I could describe it best as more of the same. Okay. This dude is like this, like it's very cheesy, it's very corny, it's very stereotypical. This dude, like, it's like the school of gifted kids, right? And then there's this one dude who's like there's like the A, B, C, and D tier of classes, and D tier being the worst, A tier being the best, and you can like improve your tier if your class, like the D class can become the C class, and the C class goes to the D class, right? So like the D class are the ones at risk to like getting kicked out of the school. And there's like this one kid who's like, oh, he's like so dumb. He doesn't talk to anybody. He doesn't know anything, you know. But he's like secretly like really fucking strong and like super intelligent and super strategic and like yeah, it's such a like
5D chess.
Yeah, he's like a 5D chess dude. However, with all that being said, I think it's one of the better super talented kid, you know, shows that I've seen. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure. If you like, you know, Tensai main character type dude, I think he's generically written correctly. You know, I enjoy the stereotypes that are presented in this anime. Funny enough, for as generic and straightforward as a lot of these characters are, you do really kind of have to pay attention because of the way that a lot of the assignments that they're given are executed, because they are a little bit complicated, and it is like a bit of a mystery sort of thriller type of show. Well, not really thriller. It's more drama, like mystery drama, you know, things going on, like betrayals happening like left and right, you know, and then like the character has like a secret past, you know. So it again, I'm hitting like a lot of like typical tropes, right? But it's still enjoyable. It won't be enjoyable at all.
That's fair.
And obviously you would have seen the season before this, because this is season 2. And yeah, I mean, just watch the first season. I thought it was pretty good. Okay, I thought it was pretty entertaining. Is what I'll say.
Yeah, it seems like to be like fun popcorn type of stuff.
Yeah. He's like, you know, genius boy does, you know, crazy like classroom stuff, you know. But yeah, it was a good time. Good time. Yeah, watch it if you want. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, Dr. Stone special episode. Were you able to watch it?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Fucking awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it's Dr. Stone. It's gotta be fucking amazing. It's gonna be like goofy and shit, but it's at the end of it, it's still gonna be fucking amazing. It's always fun to watch them progress their society. Scientists fuck it based in Red Pill, the anime, basically.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's like 40. It's like 50 minutes episode. It's like a double episode sort of thing, but it's like the gap between this and season 3. It's really good. It introduces a pretty cool character.
Okay.
It's like their navigator, I guess. Like yeah.
Nice.
And they get on pretty wild adventures.
Well, I'm excited
Fucking
to.
exciting, and it's awesome. And yeah, it's fucking good. Go on. If you haven't seen Doctor Stone season 1 or whatever, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Go watch Doctor Stone. Doctor Stone is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's shonen with science.
Right, if you thought I got shonen like cringe, it's like you're fucking cringe because it's fucking cool. Science is fucking cool.
Yeah, it's cool shit. Okay, cool. I'm excited to check it out. All right, summertime rendering. We'll waiting. Right. We'll just put waiting.
Yeah, I don't know. The more I watch, I think. I mean, obviously there's Made in Abyss, but from the original stuff, I think so far this is my anime of the year.
And binging.
It's good, and I think the best part of it, at least so far, it hasn't pissed me off. We're 15 episodes in, episode 16 is out, and it has not pissed me off, which a lot of these thriller action things tend to do, because the characters act like they're fucking idiots.
Those are some words you are speaking, Bananas. Those are some fucking words you're speaking.
It's fucking awesome. Like, the characters don't piss me off. The flow of the show has been basically fucking flawless so far.
Oh yeah, and
everything becomes clearer by this moment. Like, and it just there's like the first is basically flawless. Like, I have nothing bad to point against it. It's gonna depend a lot how it's gonna end, of course. But
yeah,
like,
yeah.
so far the show is basically flawless. Like, I have no,
dude. I mean,
no qualms with it.
We have been consistent on this show since we started it, and I agree with you. I genuinely think it'll become one of the go-to psychological anime to watch, like thriller. If it doesn't fuck up. That's a big F.
It's so I'm still like always anxious about it fucking up, but so far it just gets better and better, and it's fucking exciting. I think the reason people are not talking about this as much is because it's a two-core anime, which is kind of sad.
Yeah,
like, this, I mean, Geeks is gonna make a fucking video on this anime, I'm sure of it, and he's gonna call it the underappreciated time of the year, just like how Taxi was, I guess. And then everyone is gonna watch it, and everyone is gonna be, whoa, this is fucking good. And then there's gonna be a couple of hipsters who are like, oh, this isn't even that good. Most people like it, so it can't be that good. It's gonna be a Taxi over again. I'm calling it already.
Yeah, if you're not, I find summertime rendering
31st of July. If I'm right, I'll come back to this fucking clip this moment.
Exactly. I mean, it's our praise for it is like pretty consistent. So it's very fucking good. So
just like the show.
Yeah. Okay. So Made in Abyss. Was it?
Yes.
Golden City. All right. What to say?
Have you seen it?
What to say? What to say?
Are you caught up now?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
Okay, because I'm still like way behind, but I've read the manga, so I kind of know what's happening.
This anime is so fucked.
The thing about the fucking final form. This is the warm up.
I know, and like, they really are just gonna animate everything.
I think they have like, from what I've seen of other people's reactions over the manga, they might have skipped one or two scenes or like made them more family friendly.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of even if you remove some of the stuff, there's still a lot of like moments. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah, it's this anime is fucked, but good fuck.
It is.
Yeah.
Good fucked. Yeah.
It's depresso espresso. So my friend Kelly's in the chat, right? And I watched the Lolly Lunchbox movie with her. After we watched that movie, she was done. She's not gonna watch anymore.
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty wise choice. I would say this arc is more fucked up. That Lolly Lunchbox.
Dude, yeah.
It seems to be like a very consistent theme.
Dude,
that like the deeper you go, the more fucked up. Like the deeper you go in the hole, the more fucked up it gets.
Dude, the Lolly Lunchbox is just literally the start. Like, it's
like that arc is still my favorite arc. The movie one, the one the movie covers, the Bondred one, is still my favorite arc.
Yeah,
because I think it's better than this one, but this one is just
like you know how dude, this is like Spirited. Dude,
Like,
this is like Spirit Away levels of like fucked. You know what I mean? Like,
Spirit Away has got nothing on this mention.
no, obviously, right? But they're
Yeah.
like you know how in Spirited Away, right? As you're watching the movie, like you fall into a sense of like helplessness, right? Because of like situations that the main character is in, right? She's in like in a weird place, doesn't know what to do, but then like the dragon dude comes and helps her, right? And like take and frees
Right.
her.
Like, think about the layers, right?
The what?
You know what I mean? Think about how we started. Like,
Yeah.
layer one, they
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
headaches. Layer two, you can see like Rico,
Dude,
you can see Rico trying up a couple of times or maybe once.
yeah. And in this anime,
Layer
they're
three, wait, which one is the one? Yeah, I think layer three is the one with the. Yeah, which one's the one with the blood?
yeah.
I think. Like,
I don't
just
remember her name.
then you get to see her like that, and like the whole breaking arm thing.
Yeah, dude,
And
like
then you at the time you're like, oh shit, this is fucking brutal. Like what they're doing to this little
yeah.
guy.
Dude, there are no
And you
dragons.
get to find out, and it's like, oh my fucking god, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's no Dragon Boy to save him. And bro, kids are just getting off the left and right.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I think one of the like yeah, dude, a lot of people aren't gonna like cuz you know how like in the first episode.
I think a lot of people are gonna. I think I already said this in the first, like when we were talking about this. A lot of people are gonna be upset by the end of this arc. What
Yeah,
they did
oh
it
yeah.
best. I will not be surprised people start calling this like torture, like
Torture
torture
porn.
porn almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets yeah.
Well, dude, one, I don't understand.
Like it's like
I don't know how people go. I don't know how they get lower than the Golden City for one, and two, the because you know how you see like the first people that landed at the abyss, right?
right,
And they had to like discover everything, right? They don't have the
right.
guidebook, you know.
Yeah, they're the pioneers, and they're gonna, it's pretty obvious that since they introduced the arc with them, but they're gonna be important throughout this whole arc, and
Oh,
you'll understand why later,
oh
and
yeah, I
it's gonna
know.
like,
Up to the point that I've watched already, they've kind of shown a lot of stuff, right? It is
yeah,
it's just like holy fucking shit, dude. Like this shit's like
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like. Yeah, it's the price you get for trying to get to the bottom. That's it. Like
yeah.
on even back in the surface, they're really like the abyss is a fucked place. The lower you go, the more fucked up it gets. We get to meet like Osen, I think that was her name. In layer three, the one the white whistle, the one who was friends with Rico's mom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And she's like, yeah, like when you get to layer 5 and 6, you're like not even human anymore. And I think that a lot of it is what it means to get to the bottom. That's
Yeah.
what like Downred is basically not human anymore. And
Yeah.
the lower it goes, it just yeah,
It's
it's still brilliant though. Like I
yeah.
love the fucking consistency of the series. It
Well,
doesn't hold any punches, but it doesn't get to the point that it feels like torture porn because there is a goal, there is a purpose,
yeah, everything is
and
is
yeah,
is
and we've been
purposeful.
warned like a million fucking times about this already, like about stuff like stuff that goes beyond our imagination that can happen, and
Yeah.
it keeps happening.
I think the basis for torture porn, you should always come back to like shit like another Higurashi or
Yeah,
a Kamiga Kill,
yeah.
you know. But
Back I need to be.
yeah, go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Um,
Go for it. So we got a couple more to go through, and then yeah, we'll be done. I know we have quite a long list of fucking shows to get through. But we are vibing. Tokyo Mew Mew Mew. Yeah, dude, fucking Eileen loves it. We watched a couple episodes. It's interesting. Very interesting. Maho Shoujo. to like the max. Yeah, it's I think she said it was that show. What was it? It was Tokyo Mew Mew, Tokyo Mew Mew, Mermaid Melody, and Vampire Night. Yeah, she likes those three a ton. So like, yeah, it's crazy. Like you and her are like Mahou Shoujo to like the max. Yeah, those are the absolute classics. What's dude? So you guys are gonna watch Vampire Night? I don't know about that. I don't know.
Wait, which one?
It's a old. It's an old show. It's a fucking Fujo anime.
Yeah, that's what it does. Okay, yeah, I know what this is.
Yeah. My girlfriend's a huge fan of Tokyo Mew Mew, Vampire Night, and Mermaid Melody.
Oh, no, I've seen the original Tokyo Mew Mew before the remake.
Yeah. That's what she watched as a kid. Like she was all about it, dude. She loved it a lot.
Yeah.
Actually,
I should see like the one. Like, how does she feel about the remake? Because I've not seen the remake.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah, I'll get to that. Yeah.
Get to it in a sec. Okay. Did you watch My Stepmom's Daughter Is My Ex?
I have seen the first episode.
With thoughts?
I'm not gonna lie, it's not as trashy as I thought it would be.
Not as trashy.
It's actually semi-enjoyable. It's